Pal, if you're listening,
Wow.
I am available. I am also a Texan. I live at the tip, just the tip. Please come through. I also love movies. I'm a God-fearing girl. I love my parents and Texas-style chili. I make a really good batch of that. So yeah. I make good cornbread. I make really good green chili and chicken enchiladas. I just made a whole batch of tamales over Christmas. So
okay,
I will make sure you are fed.
I don't get it. You see, phase 1, collect underpants. Phase 2, phase 3, profit. Oh, I get it. No, you don't, fat ass.
Here we go. GCA, yes. GCA. See, I told
the GCA's stream is called the Late and Gay podcast or whatever.
I'm glad you guys
get away with that. They purposely start late.
The GCA
and gay.
Laid gay, dropping rhymes that slay. In the golden era, where the real ones play. GCA crew, keeping it true. Spitting dope lines till the break of day. Back in the day, we had the style. Retro beats with that smooth vinyl dial. Flow so fresh, lyrics so tight. Represent the essence, shining so bright. Golden era, where the legends reside. Late and gay, taking you for a ride. GCA, bringing the classic sound. Hip-hop pioneers holding the crown. Golden era, where the legends reside. Late and gay, taking you for a ride. GCA, bringing the classic sound. Hip-hop pioneers holding the crown.
Hello and welcome everybody to Late and Gay with the GCA. I could tell in the back room, Rude, I love my thumbnail. Welcome. Welcome to episode 61 of Late and Gay with the GCA, going into the summer, which, hey, for a lot of people, including me, it's been really mild so far, which I'm kind of liking. But anyways, like everybody for joining us at the last Late and Gay of the year. For the moment, because next month it is straight and on time, because we don't play that shit in the month of June. So straight and on time. Mm-hmm. That's what we do. At 8:30 on the dot, we will start this show, just like we did last year. So without further ado, I am MoZamboni. I'm on the Monday Hangover with Drunk DPO. I'm also on Midnight's Edge After Dark sometimes, but this is my favorite show of all, because it's awesome. I get to stream with my friends. So without further ado, let's go around the horn here. Lady Medea, how goes it?
Hello, everyone. I'm doing good here. I actually decided to do something new before the show, and I made this lovely banana bread. But it still smells. I just took it out.
Smell it from here.
It smells really good.
Good. Oh my god!
I've been eating it already, but the interesting thing about me and baking is, you guys probably gonna laugh. So the recipe asks about, well, of course you guys, you put some bananas in it, but I wanted
to really.
Shush. But I had only 2 of them, and I wanted to know what else I can put in it to keep it moist, right? Because there wasn't enough. It asked for 2 cups of bananas, and I didn't have enough. So it did say you can put either some yogurt or some sour cream. So I grabbed my container of sour cream, and I put just this huge scoop of what I thought it was sour cream.
Oh, no.
It ended up being a cottage cheese. So
no!
In there,
That still works.
and of
Not
course,
as bad as mayonnaise.
I mixed it. I was like, how bad can it be? So, of course, as I was mixing it, the little kernels, they were just indestructible. I couldn't get rid of them. So I figured, you know what? I don't know. They were there when I was putting it in a pan, and I was like, how funny it's gonna be if they're still there when I take it out. People are gonna make fun of it. But no, it looks good. It's nice and squishy. See, nice and moist, looking good. No cottage cheese visible, and it actually tastes really, really good. So success, people. If you have cottage cheese on hand, no sour cream or yogurt, use it because it works.
There you go.
Interesting. I never would have guessed that. Okay,
I'm not
cool.
gonna do that.
Putting sour cream in stuff whenever you're baking it.
Yeah.
But I would suggest next time, Adia, use vanilla Greek yogurt. That's also a good substitute.
Yeah, I didn't have any. I used
Sour
it.
cream makes things
has
super
that?
moist whenever you.
Oh
cook
yeah,
it.
so
Yeah.
sour cream donuts are the goat.
ERUDI, do you
But,
ever keep sour Greek yogurt in your
sour?
What?
I don't. I have to say.
Wow, this is Hayden.
Well, that's good.
Speaking of things that don't. Speaking of things that are offensive, like your avatar. How are you doing?
I'm offensive. What the fuck is this going on in our chat? With all this
Right.
Well,
fucking
first of
channel
all, I'm
XP?
number one.
What
That's
is
all I
this?
know.
I don't like it. Change freaks me out, man.
Yeah, I don't
Channel
I honestly,
XP? What is this?
Yeah, I saw this on
Yeah, what is this they keep saying? Like
I blame
I thought they were talking
Phenology,
about like an older
'cause I saw
version
this
of
on
the
his
chat.
channel.
Like Channel
No, look in
XP,
the
Channel
chat.
7,
Like
Channel
UK
10,
Gamer
Channel
is
11.
number 2. He's got the
That's
number
not
2
what I
most
see. No,
XP.
Scottish. Unless I
Nerd
have to
Files
refresh
number
my
1.
chat. Oh, good. I must have to refresh my
Interesting.
chat then. Let's see.
Yeah, and like it says up at the top that I have
Ah,
75
there we go.
XP now, but I don't know what.
Oh, I'm number 3.
Oh,
all right,
wait.
that's good.
Keep showing support to move up the leaderboard.
Yeah, if you the more you
Bias-
chat, I think super chats also contribute.
Yeah, they
but-
do, because whenever you click on the thing, at the bottom there's a button that says buy a super chat.
Wow, I wonder if we have that over on Merciful.
Mine says 50 plus by a super chat. It's like, all right.
I know for a
geez.
fact none of us none of us changed any settings because we're all too lazy to do that.
Yeah.
So it's just it's an automatic thing apparently.
Theme. Okay.
Wow, Nerd Wars is ranked
Interesting.
15th, man. What are you doing,
Maybe-
Erwin?
Maybe,
I was
like it.
number one, and I told chat to take my crown, and they did.
It's
They
one of
came
those
for me.
things. I think maybe it's one of those things that YouTube's like rolling out and they just put it on like a couple of channels at first.
I swear
see
this
how
first
people
time I've seen
react
it is
to
right here on our channel.
Yeah, I have never seen this before.
Do I get
I
XP
saw
for
it.
rating a
I
child?
knew this was the place to be to test out the XP, you know?
Well, I know that Kick's like using points now. They're kind of like
Oh yeah,
Twitch
channel
bits.
points. I do
yeah,
that.
channel points. There we go. So that might
Alright.
be it.
Yeah, but you can buy
chat
stuff
loves
with
my
that,
channel
can't you?
points because I have a no swearing thing for like 200 channel points, and Indigo Shark just keeps spamming them because if he doesn't, I won't stop swearing.
Do I get XP for calling you all get well? Depends on if you have
Funny
any money
enough,
attached
yes. In fact,
Yes.
you do.
yet. Yes.
Actually, if you
This is
donate a
true.
$20, if you do a $20 super chat, we'll get Nagrinal to talk.
Okay. Or if you send 50, we'll keep that from happening altogether. So
Wait, I'm gonna run a test real quick.
all right. So I'll get through all of the intros here. Next we have we jumped all around here. We'll just start at the top again. ABF, how goes it? Aside from StreamYard sucking.
Yes, it does suck very much. I don't know why it just randomly loses my microphone once in a while. And also my headphones just stopped working, yet it works on everything else on my computer except for the one tab. Thanks, StreamYards.
Nobody believe me.
But looking forward to streaming with ERUDI. How are you doing, sir?
Hey, it's good to see you again. I feel like I just saw you 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
But all right, moving
Interesting.
along.
Yeah.
We have everybody's favorite rooftop Korean, our rooftop Korean. Yo, Pops. How goes the battle, my good man?
The battle keeps battling on, and the wheels keep turning, and the world keeps spinning. Let's go.
Yeah, we get some ASMR action.
Good
Just came up. Let's
attitude.
go. Yeah, this is the Yo Pops. You need to be like a
How's
a
everyone?
DJ back in like the 1960s, man. You
Oh, you guys out there, the Warriors are out in the streets, and then remember that movie, The Warriors?
that silky smooth voice. Let's see some XP.
If I had
from
glass
Yo
bottles, I would
Pops.
do it right now.
Yeah, I wish I might be able to get some, but
You ever play the game? The game was good too.
Oh, the game was awesome, dude.
I've
The
been wanting
tagging
to.
sequence on that was awesome.
All right, and next we have Know Me Without You. Know Me.
Hi.
Hello. Long time no
Hi.
see.
Yeah. Well, not because last night I played with Mo, and I did not realize how much of a boomer he is playing Fortnite. Oh my god!
What do you mean?
Like,
Me and Mel get mad dubs.
Well,
Yeah,
no.
what are you
like,
talking about?
he
I got a
played
dub
with
the first
me.
game out yesterday, and then you joined, and wow, we didn't win anymore. Surprise!
First of all, we did 2 wins yesterday, and then you got cocky, and then you're like, "Oh yeah, I'm the best. I'm Mo," and then we started losing with your cockiness. So yeah,
It's because we landing at that stupid ass bridge. All right, that thing was
that
garbage.
was all Tabitha. Tabitha chose to land there, so
Uh-oh.
you
Yeah,
take it
well,
up
you
to
didn't
her.
stop her. You already knew. I didn't know, but you knew.
I kept
All right.
saying, "Let's go for Vader. Let's go
Anyways,
for Vader."
I reclaim my time.
hold-
I reclaim
hold
my
on.
time.
Hold-
I reclaim my time.
I'm not done, sir. I'm doing pretty good though. I'm doing really good. I think I actually got my camera to work, so I'm just gonna test it out here in a second. But I'm gonna before I test it out, I'm gonna go get a bowl of pistachio almond ice cream. Back to you, Mo.
Thank you. Thank you very much. And last, before we get to ERUDI, we have the man of so many words. He just has trouble just trying to pick one. It's Nagranol.
Intros are gay. Let's fucking keep it rolling here.
Okay.
And he cussed, and we didn't even get
Wow. Wow.
Wow. And lastly, for the first time on the channel, it is ERUDI. Hello, good sir. I've had the pleasure to meet you in person many times. You're glad to finally have you on the show.
Yeah, absolutely. You met both of me, the real me and the Muppet impersonator me. So I mean, you got a double dose last time. Lucky you. And I just want to say how very know-me it is when somebody else wants to reclaim their time to then reclaim the reclaimed time so that she can speak again. That is very on brand. I just want to say.
Wow, ERUDI.
Did you just use know me as an adjective? Was that an adjective or a, or a
Yes.
verb? It's a verb?
Yes.
I mean, well, it's a verb, right?
A verb.
Because I am in action. Duh.
Makes sense. Wow.
It's not Kermit. It's ERUDI, Wayfarer. It's not Kermit.
First of all, it's
Swear to
Fed.
God.
I'm surprised that they even let you on this show.
Did you
Probably
just
because
say it's bed?
Listen, you may have heard that number 47 gave the pink slip to a bunch of agencies, and I'm not an active agent right now, so I think that's how I slipped through the cracks.
That's exactly what an active agent would say.
Yes.
I can neither confirm nor deny if that's what an active agent would say, but I'm telling you that is the truth. That is the story, and I'm sticking to it.
That is also what an active agent would say.
We got your eye on.
Man.
So awesome. Well, thanks for having on here. I'm sorry, I'm enthralled with the XP because it's just picking random people. It seems like.
Don't get
No,
distracted.
it
it already
just
takes
runs
you-
it.
No, it's all right. It's worth checking. We got it.
Well,
We're one of the first channels to get it.
It already takes you 10 minutes to pull up a tab. Okay.
All right,
Also,
I reclaim my
if anyone
time.
hasn't-
I reclaim my time.
No, you don't. If anyone has
pull it up,
a
Mo.
meme that they need us to send in, please send it in. I have
Ah!
4 so
I
far.
had it ready. All
Oh,
right.
yeah, secret memer. If you're not in the
Yeah.
Discord, get in the Discord.
Yes,
Send in the
please,
secret memer.
We should have some good ones. We have a lot of fodder
the
for
ABF.
tonight. Yeah. So, anyways, before we get into it, Feds.
Damn.
Oh,
Wow.
Also,
Listen, I
that's
had
not
to go
true.
undercover, okay? I had to go undercover, and that required me to, get into the role of being a DM, right? Because that's what my cover story was. So
Undercover
Right.
as a donut enjoyer.
yeah, exactly. Yeah.
undercover of actually looking like a decent human being with that haircut.
Wow. Why are you coming out firing today?
Wow,
wouldn't-
seriously.
Right?
Damn,
It wouldn't even be a you and me stream if I don't even insult you. So
Yeah, and besides, she's actually
Mhm.
landing some shots on like last night, so that's pretty good.
shut the
Oh,
fuck up,
no.
bro. I will literally
Wow.
fight you. I will fight you right now.
Hey, I'm an equal opportunity lender, baby. Let's go. Anyways,
Well, King Cut just took number 1.
I broke a girl's nose,
Wait,
and I'm not
what
afraid
did
to
I
do it
say?
again.
Nomi, I will tell you what his car is.
Okay.
If you know, you know.
Done.
All right. Well, let's get to some super chats before we get to the next article, which I have on queue, ABF. It's ready to go.
Yes, good job.
Yay! Pat me on the head here.
Here, Mo.
What a weird thing to say.
There.
Coming from the anime avatar. All right. I'm going to shoot indiscriminately tonight. I don't give it. Anyways, Yo Pop, please, mercifully, can you please read the super chat?
Yes, of course we can. Nerd Wars with a $5 super chat. What's going on, Erwin? How you doing, man? Let's see. Make me the #1 chatter, or I'll fall 3 blocks in Minecraft.
Yeah, he's a little upset over fall damage in Minecraft. This is his first time.
You wanted the vanilla experience. You wanted the vanilla experience. You fall 3 blocks. You learn. Don't fall 3 blocks.
Yeah.
Don't fall 3 blocks.
Except Erwin never learned to not fall 3 blocks.
Apparently, he's still complaining about it.
Yeah, he was having a rough time.
He also is going to be refunding that super chat.
Good luck with that.
Too late.
We're going to charge it double.
Okay, I don't know who this guy is. We're going to skip. We're going to skip. Not just kidding. Alec Baldwin's speaking with the 5. Give me XP. And
it didn't give you XP. Spoiler alert.
Oh, did
No. ABF, I think it's broken.
Oh.
So, like, they're Okay, so UK Gamer sent me this little article I was trying to pull up, and it does look like YouTube is rolling this out to a few select channels, but it does look like it just broke. You know how YouTube is with some of their stuff.
This is
Yeah, let me give you the top 3 in the channel as of this moment. #1 is Kink Hunt.
That's what I see.
#2 is Nerd Slap. #3 is Tubby Tank 54. Thank you for watching the channel, but just the regulars.
Thank you guys.
Yes, thank you.
Love you all.
Congratulations. You're #1 and #2. There's like
this is a good
25-way tie.
Yo, we're not
Avocado Mo.
Avocado.
You get it?
Avocado.
Oh, no.
Where am I?
I'm writing that down. Actually, we're gonna make a new emoji.
Good. It actually rolls off.
I'm number 17.
Wait, what number am I?
Well, everybody's
You're not
tied.
even there.
The top 8, the 18 are all tied. That's so weird. What is this? No, it doesn't, Hayden. But thank you for the super chat.
It is broken.
Yeah.
Let's keep refreshing, chat.
But Erwin, by all means, keep getting upset. I'm enjoying it. So.
Yeah, I'll give you the green light on that Nerd Wars. Make it a little Mo face inside of an avocado, so he's like the pit of the avocado.
Oh, that's actually that was good. That was good.
All right. Well, thank you, Erwin, for spurging, and thank you for ABF and Hayden for testing and failing. Unfortunately, you didn't go up the charts at all.
Are you
no
having
love?
a stroke, Mo? Oh my gosh, you struggled hard on that one.
Oh God, get out of here!
I
That
So, anyways, so let's get into the first article here. We have,
Which is Rude's mom.
and of course I have. It is Dragon Age writer blames anti-fans for games failures while ignoring industry's role in massive flops. So, I don't know about everybody else, but this is even though we've seen a lot of it over the last few years, this is kind of starting to fall out of vogue. Like I'm starting to see like people like turn their nose up and laugh at these kind of opinions where they would the normies would kind of like, okay, now it just kind of seems like what it always was to the rest of the normies was a massive cope. But I don't know how familiar anybody is with this, but I can just read the first part of the article here. David Gator, of course, that was his name, former lead writer on Dragon Age Origins, Dragon Age 2, Dragon Age Inquisition, is drawing new attention for comments made in a recent Games Radar interview about so-called anti-fans. In the piece, Gator criticizes what he calls anti-fans, individuals who he claims actively work to see certain games fail as a form of punishment for creative decisions they disagree with.
Bullshit. You just made a shitty game. I hate that these people try to do this. They try to obfuscate what the actual problem is because it can never be them that's the problem. It's always the consumer. It's always the gamer. It's always the internet that is waiting on them to fail. No, we saw what your game was and it was shit and we made fun of it for 2 weeks and then everybody was over it. That's a you problem.
Well, Hayden, what I'm hearing right now is that you need to do a barf and be sorry for what you just did.
Oh God.
Good luck.
On a side note, I did a stream on Moonskull where I actually had to play this game, and I can confirm it's terrible. And so we made a shot called the Barv, and then Sevi was on the stream, and every time somebody sent a super chat, she changed her pronouns, and if I said them wrong, I had to do a Barv by taking the shot. Let me tell you, that was a very difficult stream.
Oh man. Now that's the way to do a barb. That sounds really fun. So what so I mean it's so worn out, this kind of crap. And luckily we got some better examples of people taking criticism and blame later on. But what is everybody else's like to me it's just so played out. It's just boring at this point. Like really, like do you not read the room? It's 2025. We're on to your bull crap. You know, just own it.
That's the point.
I mean,
they're lying. They're either lying or they're completely blinded by their own faith in this new religion that they have.
Yeah, it's just. I mean, what else is there to say? That's
yeah.
all.
Well, they're just blaming everything but themselves for how the game turned out.
Yeah, and to that end, here's what he said. Then they turn from what you want. Fans who would go out and spread the word of your game and get people interested, Gator said. But if you get anti-fans, they sort of do the opposite. They're very determined suddenly to see your game fail as sort of a lesson to others who would make games of the same type. What?
Here's a thought, dipshit. Learn the fucking lesson. Maybe whenever these things keep popping up, it's not a lesson that we're trying to teach you, but it is a moment that you could learn a lesson. And they refuse. They absolutely refuse because they're trying to shift the culture and everything around our hobbies because they want it to fit them, not us.
Yeah, technically those guys are the anti-fans. They're the ones that ruin everything. It's like it's totally the inverse of everything. I got confused right now when you guys were talking about anti-fans. I thought like it confused the hell out of me a little bit. But it's like, no, I'm listening to you guys like, wait, hold on, no, it's those companies that destroyed whatever, you know, the original lore, whatever they was, and to suit their little political agenda. Like they're the ones that are in the anti-fans. Like
the people who are mad at them were the original fans.
Yeah.
So how can you call them the anti-fans? That's that is
all
such
these people
bullshit.
are the biggest hypocrites.
Yeah, like people seem to forget what the base word of fan is, and it's fanatic. All right. Yeah. They are people that have a vested interest, have spent lots of money and time of a lot of their free time enjoying a product, whether it be whether it be a card game, a table game, whether it be a show, whether it be a video game, they're a fanatic about it. So when you don't please a fanatic, you're going to get a response that is very much a fan. These people are the anti-fans. They are the tourists.
Well, see, I don't even like the term anti-fan. I like tourist better, right? Yeah. Because that's the thing. That's what describes these people who come in and ruin all of these IPs, all of these properties, everything that we love. They are just tourists passing by, trying to take everything over. And it's a hard as hell fight to get them kicked out. Like we have to gatekeep harder.
Yeah. Agreed.
But they've supplanted themselves in the industry and they make all of the decisions now. And that's a lot of what the problem is it's people who may have played some of the games. They're developing them now, but they weren't the fans of the games. They wanted to see themselves in the game. Nobody wants to see you and your weirdo fucking ideology crammed into shit that we love. Get it out. Afuera.
Yeah, and like this is how tone deaf this Gaydar, that's what we call him, is. He said more and more fandoms are making things that they're fans of integral to their identity. And if it's integral to their identity, anything that affects or insults it insults them.
No, more developers and creators are making things more integral to their identity. See, it's all of these people. They share the same ideology and they all do this mirroring thing. It's all projecting. It's always that they are trying to see themselves in games, and they say everybody else wants to see themselves in games, and then they say everybody in games is going to be gay. Like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
And then they cast the dispersion onto us.
Fuck you. Get your games out of here, trash. They fail.
Yeah, this is something I'm super passionate about, because this really hits like right in the middle of the culture war stuff. And you guys have seen all of these cancellation attempts and stuff like that are happening. And during all of those cancellation attempts that are happening, like with Kirsha and Camelot, what they're doing is they're sending a hate brigade after Kirsha and Camelot, and then claiming that they're having a hate brigade sent after them because they're getting backlash for the shitty actions and decisions that they made.
And we know other people that do the exact same thing.
And these guys are doing the exact same thing as that. Yeah.
You know what this reminds me of? This reminds me of when you were a kid and there was this one kid knowing whatever, and like he would come, hit you, punch you something real quick when the teacher wasn't looking, and then you punch him back real hard. He'd start crying. He'd go to the teacher, start, crying to the teacher. Oh my God, he punched me, blah, blah. But it's like, he punched me first, dude. It's that's what it sounds exactly like.
That is exactly
like that. It's exactly like that. The worst part is, I know somebody was saying that it seems like people are kind of turning their nose up at this stuff now, but it almost feels like it's too late. Like they've gutted probably, I'd say 90% of the IPs that I've ever cared about to the point of like no return. Like Dragon Age, I'll never buy another Dragon Age game again. I used to love that franchise.
Assassin's Creed, oh my God, that was my franchise for so long, and then
they might not ever make another Dragon Age game again.
They won't. That's the thing. They come in, they kill these IPs, but then that opens the gate for us to love new things. Like whenever, people like the devs who created Clair Obscura Expedition 33, so you had the Final Fantasy devs for years and years saying nobody wants turn-based combat anymore. Everybody hates turn-based combat. Clair Obscura sticks in turn-based combat. In 33 days, they sold 3.3 million copies of Clair Obscura Expedition 33. So your lottery numbers tonight, ladies and gentlemen, should have a 33 in them. That's all I'm saying.
But they like innovated on the turn-based combat where you can parry and you can dodge, and there's quick time events and stuff. So. Which is very cool. I do want to play it eventually.
Yeah, no, it's great. But see, that's what I'm saying. Like, these are people that were stuck at one of those companies that, they were stuck at, what was it, Ubisoft? I think they were the
it was Ubisoft because they're French. Yeah.
And they got bored with doing all of this cultural bullshit that all these companies are putting in games, went and created their own studio, had almost nothing of a budget, and made a phenomenal product. So they may be killing these old IPs, but the good people from those old IPs then have a chance to go out and start something on their own. And that is what I'm excited about. But it also takes us giving them pushback. Like this is an article where they're lashing out at us because we didn't support them, because they expected to have so much support. And what they were doing was throwing their ideological beliefs in our face and telling us, you're going to take it and you're going to like it. And nobody took it. And now they're like, well, it's because they just hated us. You're going to fail is what's going to end up happening. If you don't cater to your audience leaves.
100%.
Yep.
Yeah, absolutely. And that takes us wonderfully into the next story, which is Starfield, which of all places I thought would have fell in line with what Gaydar just said from BioWare. But we have this. It says a bit too sterile of a game. Ex-Bethesda dev reveals why Starfield didn't resonate with all gamers.
This is actually a pretty short article. It's only about 6 paragraphs long. So if you just want to read into it a little bit, we'll get a pretty good idea.
Yeah. So a former Bethesda developer who worked on Starfield has given their take on why the game failed to resonate with many gamers. While the critical reception of Starfield was largely very, very positive, the census of gamers was a little more mixed all around. Despite not every player enjoying Starfield, Bethesda has undeniably remained committed to the project and making it the best it could possibly be. The developer is still releasing new Starfield updates almost 2 years after its release, and the game is definitely in a better state than it was at launch. However, for some players, the window for grabbing their attention has long passed, so it's commendable that updates are still released regardless.
Yeah, drop down under that subheading there. Where it said
is that the real name? Perky Pile?
Yeah.
Perky Pile, who worked on all of Fallout 3, Fallout 4, Skyrim, and Starfield, has been outspoken in the past about his views on Starfield. In the interest of balance, it should be noted that not every player feels this way. Starfield was still a strong performer for Bethesda, and with a top critic average of 85 on review aggregator site OpenCritic, it clearly has its supporters. However, there's evidently a lot of feedback that Bethesda can use to improve its future products massively.
Yeah, he's got some quotes in here.
Critic scores don't mean shit either.
No, they don't. And again, they talked about how it was like a good selling product. I fucking bought it. I played it for about 10 hours and I was like, nothing is fucking happening. And then I never picked it up again. And that's what a lot of players did, because Bethesda, even though half of the time their games are broken as hell, we love Bethesda games. And this one was just boring as hell.
Oh, that's a good transition actually, because I have a famous clip. You guys know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Can I switch screens really quick, Mo?
Absolutely, by all means.
Let's see here. Remove ad.
Oh, well, that was a nice transition.
Mm-hmm. So Dan Vask posts this out. Remember, you mind if I post that epic rant? Might bring some heat for you though.
Oh, so real quick, it is almost 2 years old. That's so crazy.
Yeah.
It seems like we're
that is crazy, isn't it?
And I want to let you guys know, because I actually provided Az and everybody timestamps for these after Az caught all of this heat. I was watching all of his streams whenever he did this. This was his second 12-hour stream. And I believe it's 7 hours into the second stream. Now, a lot of the backlash people were like, oh, he freaked out at the menu with the pronouns. It's like, no.
That's not
this was, what was it? It was 20-something hours into playing the game.
Yeah.
That's when he finally broke.
That was just one of the pieces of criticism that started. So
yeah, he came across a quest where like some girl was trans or something.
No, it was a clone of a man.
We don't watch the entire thing, but
clone of a man.
I'm okay with it. Watching.
I'm okay with it too.
Let
This is
him cook.
Here we go.
Yeah.
I just want to say something to you, Bethesda. Just want to say a little something. There is nothing I love more. Taking my headphones off. Fuck that. Bethesda. There is nothing I love more than to sit down, comfy chair, turn on my PC, fire up a brand new RPG. Lose myself, think, oh my God, just think of this world, just think of all the planets I can visit, all the immersive things that I can get involved with, all the fights, all the relationships, all the people I meet, all the places I go. I'm so excited to go there. And you know, I love nothing more than, with all of that laid out in front of me, I love nothing more than to be dragged out at every fucking conceivable opportunity so you can fucking current day us.
He's correct. He's 100% correct.
Sorry, did you want to get immersed in our world? Yeah, well, guess what? Fucking pronouns! Fucking gender ambiguity! Fucking current day Californian shit! Because that's all we fucking know! Because we're boring! We're so fucking boring!
Classic.
We can't see past our own fucking reflection. That's the level of our narcissism here at Bethesda Western Game Company. Fuck your immersion. Fuck you having a good time. Fuck you falling into a world and just getting lost. No. Current fucking day. Fuck off. You're boring. You're fucking dull. You have nothing to say. You are a one hived mind twat waffle. That's all you fucking are. And you wonder why people are getting so fucking sick and tired. You take everything we love, all our emotions, all our fantasies, all our escapism, and you just can't help shovel your dog shit, fucking crap ideology into everything, every single solitary fucking thing.
He speaks for all of us,
And then
man.
he went back to playing the game.
Right back up, man.
he just picked it right back up. And, yeah, like Nags was saying,
we have no choice, man. We need something.
Yeah, and like Nags was saying, that was a mission where he does this whole mission for this girl this whole time, and at the very end of the mission, she goes, "I'm a clone of this guy." And that was the thing that he was like, oh, so now we're doing transgender clones, because if she was a clone, then she would be the same gender as he is. And it had like one option to ask about that, and he clicked on that, and she went into this fucking spiel about how, well, my gender is different because of this, and because and that was when he fucking broke. And yeah.
So I just did a quick comparison, and whoever that person was talking in the Game Rant article is full of shit. Because here's the Steam charts for.
No, that was Game Rant, not the person.
Yes,
we didn't
Game
get
Rant.
his
No, I know, but
Yeah,
they somebody had to write it, and they're full of shit. So
Right,
whoever you're full of shit. So this is their 24. This is their Steam charts information. We got about 4,000 playing 11 minutes ago. Not too bad. Kind of for saying like, oh, there's so people that enjoy it. 4,600. But then, okay, let me share a very similar game that is older, that has had a similar track that actually did fix their game. There's No Man's Sky, which is a vastly superior game.
No Man's Sky felt very empty when it first came out also. And mainly because it was single player, they made it multiplayer later, but it was just a bunch of planets with nothing to see other than procedural generation. And that's kind of what happened with Starfield. Yes, there are missions that take you to, places that have structures and compounds and stuff like that, but it just, it still feels very, very empty for this giant universe that you're in.
Absolutely.
Not anymore, I would say, actually, because when I last played No Man's Sky, I had a
No. We're talking about Starfield.
Yeah. The difference is with No Man's Sky is they actually did update the game. It's a ton of fun to play now, and actually, since the last time I played, I heard they even added like way more stuff. So I'm looking forward to going back into No Man's Sky eventually.
Well, remember when No Man's Sky came out and the devs said that it was multiplayer, but it was so large you would never run into people. But then people,
I didn't play.
Were like on stream on the same planet, and they're like, "How come I can't see you?" And then the cat, got let out of the bag, and the devs looked really stupid. They lied about a bunch of stuff, but they've really redeemed themselves after fixing the game.
Battlefront 2. That's a game when it first came out, it was a massive failure because they had all the microtransactions and all sorts of bullshit, and then it became great. And actually, like we were going back to earlier, like now it actually has a bigger player base now than it ever has before, and I think that's a lot. Has a lot to do with Fortnite having that Star Wars gameplay, the game mode.
It also has a lot to do with game developers looking at themselves in the mirror and going, "Oh yeah, we fucked up," rather than going out and saying, "Oh, it's our audience that's terrible." Like the Star Wars, they abandoned the game and then they went back and fixed it.
Yeah, well, unless you get on PC, in which case probably not, because apparently they're just hackers galore. But this is insane. Look at this. That just blows my mind. It overtook its all-time peak recently after what? When did it release? Like 2017?
17, I believe. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, here, let me.
You have a couple of different things happening. A, it's a good game that people like. B, there were a bunch of annual Star Wars holidays, if you will, come up, and also EA, basically threw marketing at their game, and streamers started to pick it up and play it, and it's just a ripple effect of good marketing and it being a decent game.
Oh, this isn't the right.
So since we're on the
thumbnail.
subject,
I need to make a new
I
thumbnail for this game.
think it was a mixture of things, but I think the biggest thing obviously was Revenge of the Sith coming out, being re-released. That hit a lot of people. But I think Vader in Fortnite was, because that seemed to happen. This kick seemed to happen right after the Vader thing happened, and all the great play inside Fortnite. But what does everybody else think? Because I've heard some heated conversations about it. I tend to think it's a mixture of the both. But does anybody have any kind of skin in the game or anything that they they have any kind of guesses as to why this is happening?
Yeah, I would say Fortnite revitalized the the want and need for people to play a multiplayer Star Wars game.
Yeah, the voice of James Earl Jones brought
And as well as
love for Star Wars back.
as well as like Fortnite does it. Battlefront 2 actually does it better because like it was a bad game. Now it's actually a really good game.
It's also one of the few Star Wars IPs that are out right now that are still good and unmolested by the would-be's and power over this stuff. So when you got nothing else except for Ahsoka, I can't remember the name of the other garbage shows anymore. That's how so far in my mind I put them.
Obi-Wan, Boba Fett, just
what was the other one? The Acolyte. With that being out there, with the other games being trashed, like Star Wars Outlaws and stuff, having that little bit of reminder that, hey, there is a place you can go to still get a taste of that classic galaxy far, far away before they did all this shit to it. I could see why that might push somebody to go over there. Also, a wave of really terrible games are out there that aren't even Star Wars based. So it's just like, what can I play that scratches both those itches? Battlefront.
Well, and also, so they actually divided the game into 3 different eras that you could play as. So you can play in the sequels, you can play in the prequels, or you can play in the OT. And so you can pick which one of those categories you want to go into. And I'm willing to bet the sequels category is just dead. I bet there's nobody playing in that era of Star Wars. Yeah. Everybody's going to the OT and the prequels, and they're having a blast.
For sure. Yeah.
Hey, I downloaded it.
I would
I
argue
owned
that
it.
the prequels are probably the most played.
I got it free on Epic Games, and I have never really played it, but it makes me want to play now that there's people there, because there just wasn't people there when I got it.
Yeah.
But so to bring it back around, what do you think that they're going to actually, with No Man's Sky and what they've done with Battlefield, do you think they're going to bring, and this is a question for the panel, do you think they're going to bring Starfield back around and give it that level of love? You think it's going to get that kind of bump?
Okay, so I actually have a thought on this, and this was something I was thinking about the other day. There is a ever so slight chance of that based on the success of the Oblivion remaster. That sold gangbusters, has gotten almost nothing but praise, because I know some people have had issues with it crashing and stuff, but it is still old game code. But a lot of people that are playing it, you'll hear them talk about the crashes, and then they just had to restart it, and then you're able to play again. And they keep going back to it. People are really enjoying it. If Bethesda learns their fucking lesson, and they look at this and go, we used to make great stories, we used to do great things, what can we do to make Starfield great? They could put in the effort and actually do something with it. And
but
I hope they
likely
don't, and
that
I hope they
would
drop it and
go
just
with a
fix
different-
Elder Scrolls 6. That's what
I was just gonna say they would be smarter to just go with like an Elder Scrolls game based on the success of this one, whereas Starfield's completely different. And they see that they can just remaster an old game and make it new. So.
Hey, I have a quick question while we're on the games topic still.
What's your dog
Does
doing?
anybody, just being a puppy? So what? Does anybody know what's the Polish gaming company doing? You know, the one that messed up the Witcher game.
Oh, CJ Projekt Red.
CD Projekt
Yeah.
Red.
Yeah, it's I haven't heard anything about them. I forget their name.
Well,
Well,
they're
CD
working on
Projekt-
The Witcher 4 right now, and The Witcher 4 is not being very well received based on what we've seen because they decided to make Ciri a Witcher, where it would have been fine if they had a game where you could play as Ciri. People would have loved that, but Ciri can't be a Witcher because only males can pass the trial of the grasses. So
Sure, yeah. So,
They've also announced that they're making Cyberpunk 2. Whatever that's going to be.
Yeah.
The 2077, whatever the second iteration of that's going to be called.
2078, maybe.
It just,
Maybe.
I find it hilarious that a company based out of Poland believes in this crap. They're one of the most based countries on the face of the earth.
I was gonna say I'm a little surprised by that because we usually I don't know. They usually okay. Do I want to stand by that or not?
The first 3 games were based.
Yeah, we usually don't play with that crap. Yeah, but oh well.
So, but yeah.
Well,
so go ahead.
No. It's we'll see how it goes going forward. You know.
So
maybe they scale back a little bit. I hope.
There's another game company in Poland called Questline, and they just made the Tainted Grail Fall of Avalon, which people are calling, hardcore Skyrim.
Mm-hmm.
And people seem to be enjoying it. I haven't played it yet, but open world RPG. And I did see one thing in the game actually, and nobody's pointed this out yet, but I thought it was really funny. I was watching, I think, Az stream it, and he found this character. His character was like, "Oh yeah, you're a hello, sir, or madam," and then the dialogue options were sir and madam, but the madam had a 15% perception check.
What's up?
So if you went with madam, because you were deceived, it turned out this thing wasn't human, but they gave you, because he was playing as a male, they gave a perception check that he would have to do to call himself a woman. I thought that was funny.
That is pretty funny. That actually is very funny.
That's wild.
It's crazy.
Nobody's pointed that out yet, but I thought that was hilarious because most games we don't see there would never be a perception check to try to lie about what gender you are. You can just say whatever you want it, and this one was like, nah, it's a 15% perception check, dude. You're not gonna say you're a woman, even though this thing's not even human.
That's hilarious.
Nice.
It was funny.
So, we had all this news about just people kind of coping, and then maybe a little less so with Starfield. They're still coping, but they're at least acknowledging, or somebody vaguely related to it is acknowledging it, and it's showing up on a site that wouldn't necessarily bring that up, like Game Rant.
Right.
But I say we go all the way to how you should do it, because I saw this over the weekend, and I think it's just awesome. Let me make sure that X, fix your gosh darn DMs, dude. It seems like every time I put them down, it makes me want to just dox my DMs. But
I told you how broken they were for me and how.
Oh yeah, because I know I just made sure. Here, this one, which is
for 250 years, when their country is called, the men and women of the United States military have answered. It began in 1775, June 14th, as American militiamen besieged the British in Boston. Congress ordered the creation of a new army.
Really Tom Cruise?
The birth of the United States. 4 months later, October 13th, the Navy was born. And November 10th, the United States Marine Corps. Declaring independence, Congress pledged their lives, fortunes, and their sacred honor. And through the Revolution, and generations since, American service members have lived out that pledge. And they have sacrificed. 80 years ago, World War II, more than 400,000 lost to war, 36,000 in Korea, 58,000 in Vietnam, and 7,500 fallen in operations since. Memorial Day is their day, the United States military's most sacred day. At the National Memorial Day Parade along Constitution Avenue, And at parades and ceremonies around the country, we honor those who gave their last full measure of devotion. And as we commemorate the 250th birthday of the United States military, to all who have served, to all who have sacrificed, we offer you our lasting gratitude and our pledge to always remember.
That is how you
Well said.
placate your crowd. And obviously he was talking about before this, he was talking about thank you for coming out to see the movies. We are your audience. You don't make money without us, period. Especially since USA got shut down. But anyways, I digress. So what I guess my question is to the panel, what is how would these companies fare better if they actually just listen to the crowd? Like what is the pushback? Like why are they not learning this lesson when Tom Cruise keeps showing people and No Man's Sky keeps showing people and
If
all
you
these
want
other
the
game
answer,
companies?
I'll give you the answer.
All
The
right.
answer is that so what it is that the cultural Marxist ideology absolutely must maintain control over everything. That's how Marxism works, because if they can get in and control all facets and block out any dissenting views, they can have the control that they want to create the world that they want. So they cannot be distracted by things like money, which is a short-term gain, when a cultural victory is a long-term gain. That's the stuff that they want from it. So they can go bankrupt, but as we've just seen recently, a lot of the funding was coming from places like USAID, and we had no idea. Taxpayer money is going in and feeding these companies and allowing people to continue to push their agendas, because if they can teach the younger generation coming up that all of this stuff is normal, then as they grow up, they don't have a problem with it like the rest of us who are pushing back and trying to get them to stop.
But okay, so right, but here's the best part, because this is why the free market is amazing. I will go back to Steam charts here in a little bit. The AA space, before we go into secret memer, the AA space has pretty much saved the gaming industry, and it's kind of embarrassing all the AAA studios into having to do something about it, because we have things like Helldivers 2. We have stuff like what was the Clara Obscura is out. The new RoboCop Rogue City was great, which
and the
has
reason
a wonderful
for that,
new update.
the reason for that is because those people are game developers. They are not ideologues that have gotten themselves implanted in the largest companies, because what they're trying to do is a top-down takeover. Well, what always beats top-down? Bottom up, baby. Every time. Yep.
That's right.
And that's what's happening. You're having these actual game developers that care about games. They're leaving the ideologues and going, you know what? Let's just go do our own thing, because what these guys are doing, like, it's not fun. Everybody has this toxic positivity mindset inside of these companies. They're trying to tell us, like, oh no, if you disagree with somebody, you can't tell them you disagree. You have to try to find a way to get along and come up with this compromise. That's the kind of stuff that we've been hearing coming out of these bigger companies. AA is the guys from those big companies that love games, love culture, going out, doing their own thing, getting a small loan of $33 million and making an awesome fucking game.
Awesome. So ERUDI, I know that you're
maybe after muted.
You're vaguely familiar with like tabletop games, I've heard. Like you know a little bit about
a little
them?
bit.
Vaguely familiar. Vaguely.
I'm joking.
This man is like Dungeon Daddy over here that we're talking to.
I have seen him. I've seen him the D's. All right, and really destroy people, which is hilarious. That's why
he's destroyed people
horrible.
with D's.
He's a horrible person.
Putting the D in D&D.
A horrible DM, great person, horrible DM. So yes, but
I'm horrible in the best ways. Okay.
Yes, thank you. So I'm wondering, because I'm not part of that sphere, but I always wanted to play Dungeons and Dragons. It's one of my great regrets. I've never played.
I got to play with ERUDI for the first time whenever I played.
Ooh. So real quick before we get to that, is there anything like this happening in the tabletop sphere? Is there any kind of
it's
like anything
I
kind of
think
coming up through the ranks? Because I would love to know.
it's I think it's worse in tabletop than it is probably about anywhere else. Because with the movies and with the games, you at least have a few rogue agents, and they do well. And because they're not worried about getting government money, because they're not worried about winning awards, right? Those aren't the things they care about. They have no problem responding to fan feedback. For example, Sonic movies. They listened, they redesigned Sonic, and now they have a full trilogy and are doing sort of a cinematic universe, and they don't give a shit about the fact that they were not invited to the Oscars, right? You got Tom Cruise doing his thing. You got people like Expedition 33 doing their game, and they're doing well because they're not worried about checking all those boxes. Look at Expedition 33, compare that to Dragon Age, where they literally check every single box for every single character. I, on accident, made a joke on stream when I was playing that game about one of my characters just needing to miss a leg, and I check all the boxes, and somebody pointed out to me that character actually was missing a leg. I didn't even know that because I wasn't looking at their legs. But yeah, it turns out she had like some weird missing leg. But the problem with tabletop is there is no rogue element there. And the few people who are trying to do something about it don't have enough clout, don't have enough money, don't have the right connections to actually make an impact. So yeah, it's bad. Everything in there is, you want to talk about messing up IP, messing up lore, ruining a product. D&D is barely D&D, but name only. Pathfinder is basically a furry paradise. It's barely about even playing Pathfinder anymore. Yeah, it's bad. The only upside I'll say is with tabletop, unlike movies and comics and things like that, you're not stuck with what they wrote for you. You can take the rules and the framework and tell your own story and leave all their garbage out. That's the one awesome thing about tabletop is you can just throw out their scripts and make your own.
Oh, awesome. And we got a really good, you know what? That's a very good question because some of us are very normie in this area. Would you
Yes,
be,
you are.
no, that's okay. I'm okay to be normie in this area. I want to get into it.
Technically, there is no difference. Tabletop games are board games, with the exception of board games specifically requires you to have a board, right? And there's pieces and cards and elements to it like that. Tabletop games, as a whole, vary widely. They could be card games, they could be narrative games, they could be any number of things. I specifically play tabletop role-playing games, which are pen and paper, kind of like if you were to play what's something you've all probably played, World of Warcraft or something like that, right? If instead of making digital avatars and picking all your stats and abilities, you just put it on pen and paper and roll dice, and instead of playing a pre-programmed story where you're kind of confined by the mechanics of the game world, you play an open world game where somebody else acts as the storyteller. They're kind of your PC. They are the game you are playing. They're putting all the NPCs out there. They're telling you what's happening, who the villains are, throwing challenges at you, but you have more space to find creative solutions because there's no game engine holding you back.
One of my
using your
favorite
imagination.
terms. One of my favorite terms actually came from tabletop RPGs, and it's what you're doing is you're playing with the theater of the mind.
Yes,
because it's you're
if
just
you ever watch
visualizing, thinking
the
about
beginning of what is it, Stranger Things, they're basically
Mhm.
playing, or they are playing D&D.
Yeah, all of the creatures that they run into, that they give those nicknames in that show, those are all names of creatures from Dungeons and Dragons. So it's kind of a call out or a callback to that stuff. So it's yeah, so it's just if you like anything, I'm trying to think of Baldur's Gate 3 is actually based on Dungeons and Dragons 5th edition. Like it literally uses the same rule set but puts it in a game engine. Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic, if you played that game.
Oh yeah.
That is based on essentially
One of the best.
D&D 3.5, more or less. It's got under the hood. You don't see it because you're playing a graphic game, but it's doing the same things that you'd be doing with the sheets. It's rolling a dice, and there's a percentile chance you'll succeed at doing something based on your skills.
So let me ask you this, since you kind of are very familiar with the crossover between tabletop and video games, do you think that the AA push and obviously things are kind of moving in a certain direction, Ubisoft is having issues. Do you think the push in video games is going to pull tabletop games along with it? Do you think that might happen, or Are you just saying like it's gone and we just need to make something new, or like what? I can't tell if there's optimism or something in your voice, but is there any optimism?
There's really not. I mean, I personally am making a game. If anybody's interested, I'm making my own tabletop role-playing game.
By the way.
No, wonderful. Thank you. It is called Legend Seeker. So I am making my own one-stop shop that I hope will be an answer to this. We're going to have our own bestiary full of monsters, our own setting book, and a rule book, all three put together. And then once those are out, we'll continue supporting it by adding things. But it's hard to find somebody with those kind of means. So in terms of like the greater industry, the people who are in charge of Hasbro right now and Wizards of the Coast and Paizo, those are the people that make the biggest three games that kind of shape everything. They've wrecked the IP so bad, I don't know how you would save it. It's unsavable. They've done things like make characters that used to be evil, orcs, right? If you're familiar with like Tolkien type orcs in this setting are supposed to be kind of like that, very evil. They're designed that way. They were bred that way. It's in their DNA that they're not ever going to be good creatures. Well, now they can be good people. They're on a spectrum, and you can play as those characters. They just totally broke all the lore and threw in a bunch of furry races and stuff. And it's
well,
like,
you know what? It sounds like you're a racist bigot, so.
That's what they tell me.
See you later. Bye, ERUDI.
Someone had to say it. Thank you. Thank you,
They tell me that orcs are black people or something like that. I don't know, but
wow, you're a racist.
I just want to point. I just want to point out the reason why he's into all this tabletop stuff is because he has to learn. He has to get intel because he's a Fed anyway.
Yeah, it's a very lucrative market for information. The things people will say when you've got them in the middle of a game with a few drinks down. But
he's a better Fed than anyone out there that's on the field. He's like, in order to be one of them, I have to become one of them. That's his mindset that he's going into.
It's always the quiet ones, like Nagarnal, isn't it?
Always.
Mm-hmm.
I think the only way you can save tabletop outside of somebody, kind of just getting lucky and making something viral. You need somebody like an Elon Musk to come in and buy out one of the big properties and then do a hard reset. That's the only way I think you could ever successfully turn it around.
Well, I was going to say something like have like a celebrity endorsement, but that kind of is not working because look at Henry Cavill. He is a huge Warhammer 40K fan. And a lot of people are like, well, no, like it's split between. I do believe like he is a genuine fan, and there's people like, oh, he's only in it because of money. No, he's wanting to create something, follow the original lore to provide it for nerds like him because it's a huge story. Now, I was going to bring up these stupid things. I'll bring it up. I'll have to find it. But these stupid little dolls, they're called Labubu. They're demon little them. They're demon little
and
creatures.
Then you have Lafufus too. Did you hear about them?
Yes. So
Lafufus are the fake ones that you can get scammed one.
No.
Yeah. Well, what I was going with the Labubu ones is that they're such a hot topic item right now because one of the K-pop singers had it as a keychain on her purse and everybody wants it now. So this person who created these little ugly looking dolls in China is now a billionaire because, this celebrity, this K-pop artist that we follow has it. We have to have it too. So I think that's the only way that tabletop can be saved is if they had like a genuine, well, I mean, Henry Cavill is a genuine, but someone who's bigger, who has more of like a public eye.
I think what has to happen first is this goes back to the same thing we were talking about with movies and games and stuff, is it's the ideologues that don't actually care about the property that have gotten into those properties and started forcing their agenda on everybody. Like I said, it is every time somebody says culture war, everybody goes, whatever. But that's exactly what it is, because these are cultural Marxists. They get into everything that they can and they force their ideology into it. And we know that they aren't fans of Dungeons and Dragons, right? They are not fans of Warhammer. They got into a big company and started to push their ideology into it. Damn the consequences. They don't care about it. Who cares if it dies? But if they can change people's minds on things, that's where they get their win.
Yeah, it's tricky because there's two elements to this. One, like I said, you honestly, because the IP is already so ruined, you got to do a hard reset, which means you need somebody with money to buy the property and be willing to say, I don't care about the audio logs. I don't care that they're going to cry and whine. I don't care that they're going to go tell their senator. I don't care about any of that. Hard reset. I'm making the game what it used to be. When it comes to celebrity endorsements, once you get past that stage, that could go either way. A lot of people think what has happened to Dungeons and Dragons is specifically because of celebrity endorsements, because I know, okay, this might be hard to imagine, but if you grew up in my day, playing things like Magic the Gathering or D&D when you were in school got you put in trash cans. This was not exactly a popular thing to do until very recently, and that's because 5th edition was easy to play. This is 5th edition of Dungeons and Dragons, and some celebrities got a hold of it, and they started endorsing it. The problem is Hollywood has a certain tilt when this is going on. So once 5e took off and realized, holy shit, the celebrities are involved, and now we have more money than we've ever had. They were like, well, we want to keep these endorsements, so they kept trying to satisfy these people.
A good one to look at is World of Warcraft, right? Remember back when World of Warcraft had all those celebrities that were doing World of Warcraft stuff? The player count actually dropped, I believe, after they had all these celebrity endorsements that, you know, they had 30,000 commercials with a celebrity talking about what they played. I remember Mr. T was one of them. And player counts went down after they did all of those because people felt like it was tainted. And then it was tainted.
If you're willing to be kind of very guarded and gatekeep and only pick people who you know are celebrities who don't let the politics get away, like a Tom Cruise or a Henry Cavill or someone like that, who gives a shit about the actual end product and what the fans want. If those are the kind of people that you're letting touch your game and they're interested in touching your game, then it becomes a winning strategy.
That was the thing. Everybody knew Mr. T was not playing a Night Elf Mohawk. Everyone knew.
Exactly.
But yeah, that's well, hopefully that something does happen to that effect. That would be nice. But I would say culture is trending the right direction, if only just so. I feel like things are going to start getting better. But
I was all going to say before we move on is that you know, ERUDI broke my tabletop cherry, and I still don't get thrown into trash cans. So because of ERUDI, I got into tabletop.
Yeah, you came in at a good time. Also, that's because you're usually the one throwing people in trash cans. Listen, okay, I know how you roll. So
that's actually very true because I actually have been unaliving everybody in that game that we've been playing.
It is true.
I have a pretty strong fighting brawl, but yeah, I just wanted to say, not a lot of nerds like me get thrown into trash. If anything, I throw the trash like ERUDI.
Wow! See, I gave you a compliment, and you turned it around on me.
What did you do to her, man?
Why are we even friends? Why do I game with her on Saturdays? Why do I put myself through this misery?
You asked to play games on Saturday.
I know. I must have been drunk. What was I thinking?
You were like, "Hey, do you want to play this game on Saturday?" I'm like, "Sure." And then you're like, "All right, cool. This is what we're gonna." I thought we were just gonna do a one and done game, and then you're like, "All right, so see you next Saturday." I was like, this is a committed thing. I wasn't
she's
ready
mean to me
for
the whole
this.
time too. She's like, "You idiot! Jump off of this. Go do that."
Actually, that's
that sounds about right. After playing
Demanding,
Fortnite with her,
huh?
that sounds about correct. Yeah.
Is that right?
Oh my gosh! Let's move on to secret memer. How about
Yeah.
that?
Oh, see, look at Nomi telling everyone.
All righty, let's see here. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 memes tonight. All right. And we have 3 add-on ones that aren't going to count towards the they're not going to count towards the competition.
What was that giggle?
You'll see.
It's not like they're juicy memes.
Oh, geez.
Giggling already.
All righty. I think Daggernall
That's
can already
pretty good.
see the first one.
I have not looked at any of them.
You're Daggernall, you look so brave and you look
This
so
one
happy and yeah.
The Superman.
We're
Oh,
so
grilled
proud of
cheeses
you,
at
Daggerdall.
night, sneaking grilled cheeses in your pocket and shit.
Wow.
That's pretty good, actually.
But I want to vote
Yo,
on this one.
pocket grilled cheese.
Pocket grilled cheese.
Pocket grilled cheese, though.
You're the
I
type
think
of
we should-
kid. You're the type of kid, Nagrinol, that'd be like, "Oh yes, you are Superman. Good job, Nagrinol. I'm
But he
so
says-
proud of you."
He says Superman with a lisp. Superman.
Yeah.
I'm Superman.
I'm Superman.
What should we name it? I'm thinking like Super Downsnall or something like that.
I think
I like
Superman. I think
Superman.
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 Yeah, THU.
Superman.
Super doll.
Why doesn't it look like a meme? That looks like his actual photo.
I think it does.
It is me.
I like.
It looks like,
I like
it
how
was like taken like 5 years ago, maybe.
That was Nagrinol at 8.
I like
I like-
15, dude.
That was Daggerdall like an hour ago. What are you talking about?
Yeah, what do you mean?
I like the quadruple chins you have, Nagrinol.
I
They're
know.
super chins, okay?
Because he's traveling so fast through the air, his head's convecting, and the neck muscles are flapping.
They're like spoilers. Keeps them, level. while he's-
I'm not even flexing right there, though. So
Oh man!
just wait until you see.
All right. What did you name it, Bo?
Oh, Superman. That's a
Superman?
Superman.
All right.
Wanna keep
On to
saying
the
it.
next one. Uh-oh.
Oh, shit.
Whoa.
That's much different.
It appears to be Daggerdall in his daily attire, and then Isaac enjoying it around the corner.
Is that Isaac? Is that who's supposed to
Yeah,
be?
that's Isaac's face.
That's
dude.
Isaac, yeah. He's about to go grab him. Some.
Why does it look like he's wearing chainmail, or he's got a
So
full-on
fucked
like body tattoo?
Yo, whoever
He's
made
got
this
Isaac
shit fucked in the
tattoo.
head.
Oh God!
welcome to Leighton Gave the GCA.
Yeah. Welcome.
Hey,
I don't think I've ever
Nagrinol,
been memed so bad before.
Nagrinol, how much do you charge by the hour? Because my house needs to be cleaned for sure.
2000.
Do you really want to have the cat window though on your hired help? I'm just
I was
saying.
gonna say, whenever you have
Boob window
that
is
window,
fantastic.
That's
This
that
one is
not-
They got the
disturbing.
veins, though. They got the veins right, though.
He's not gonna be clean.
My God, what's wrong with everybody? Good Lord.
What do you name it that one, Bo?
Therapy.
No,
I don't know.
I got. Hold on, I'm about to write in the chat. Nuggy.
I mean,
Haggard made.
That is Daggerdall
Nagy.
as LeBron, isn't
Oh
it?
my God,
Nagy
Nagy
no.
Nuggy Chan. Nuggy Chan. Hi.
Nagi-chan. Momoku.
Nagi-chan.
Yeah.
No.
Nagi-chan. There you go. I like that.
Oh God!
Yes.
Nuggy Gaski.
Snow Uwu doll.
All right. We'll do a Batman series. Nagi-chan, the Woo doll. So, there we go.
What the?
What was that?
That sounded exactly like Daggerdall.
Wow!
That wasn't
Oh.
woo woo.
Get this off the screen
I'm
for the
not
love
gonna
of
say
everything.
All right.
Woo.
You asked for it, Bo.
Please.
Next one.
Oh no.
Oh shit!
That's
Good Lord.
way worse. I honestly, I would take a maid outfit any day over
The
this.
file name is Skibbity Bo.
Skibbity.
Yeah.
Wow. There you go. Yikes. Ugh.
Honestly, I mean, I know what that's memeing, but I think the look just makes me feel like it's like the cover of an old Goosebump book or something. It is so,
I mean,
creepy, man.
I want to say that I have a rational
normal
fear of a
face is
snake
creepy.
coming up on the toilet, but now this takes the cake of the
This
snake
fucking mo.
instead.
Right?
I say though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It'll get worse than something. Oh, just make it skibbity toilet.
Ooh,
There you go.
I'm gonna need extra dose of
Toilet.
sleeping
It sure as hell.
medication at night.
So don't worry about it.
I mean, as far as quality goes, the picture it's nice.
Oh,
Yeah.
it's a damn good.
It's creepy
meme.
as fuck, but I mean, it's clean. looks like something out of like Half-Life or something.
It looks
I mean,
exactly like
It
Mo.
does.
Mo, why do you have your head coming out of the toilet?
Hey man.
Why are you
But-
smiling like
I would say it was in my younger years, but obviously this is like 10 years from now.
You got some
But-
shit on your cheek, also.
I do. It tends to happen when you pop out of toilets.
Yeah.
This is after you started meth.
All right, you got that one named? Was it Skibbity Bo or?
It's got to be Skibbity Mo. I'll
right.
never.
Well,
I
nice
will
knowing
check
you.
twice before sitting down.
All right, there's a lot going on here. All right. We'll start. We're gonna start from the right and work our way over. All right. We got me enjoying some corn the normal way. We have Nagradal in the background just laughing his ass off. Also,
I ate a lot of corn that day.
Yeah, you got a lot of corn. Mo also eating the corn, maybe a bit sloppier. And you got Hayden up here. Looks like he's the judge. Is he holding some sort of timer or something? But then over here we have the Fed eating corn. You know, the federal way, we'll say.
The federal
Wow.
way.
Yeah.
Wow. Who is behind this? I want names.
We don't know.
Well, you'll have to vote to find out.
Yep.
I love how Hayden's really enjoying watching.
Secret
doing the
memer.
judges do.
I've got my people on it. My people are going to find you. Whoever you are, they will find you.
Would you not
Erudai
enjoy
has a
watching
set-
a bunch of figs eating corn?
Erudai has a certain set of skills.
Oh wow.
I will find you. All right, so either it's Erudai the Fed way or Erudai the long way. What do we think?
I like that cornucopia. That's funny. Corn fest.
Does be corn?
When this meme was still fresh back in the day, like 2
Corn
years
fed,
ago.
just do
I was
corn.
there.
Do
So
corn
the
fed
nickname
boy.
was Corn Rudai was what they were
Corn
throwing around.
There
So,
it is.
Whatever.
for those of you
Good
who
one.
don't know, Erudai actually did go on stream and eat corn the long way.
You don't
Oh.
have to share that. You don't have to tell
I mean, listen, the people want to know.
Dog.
The people want to know. Okay.
Oh, I like this
Do we
one.
kick him now? Do we kick
I like
him
this
now?
one. That's funny to me.
The corn
Corn
star.
stars.
Oh
Good.
no. All right.
Corn stars. There you go.
All right. That actually makes me sound worse. Okay.
Yeah.
Next one. For some reason, Mo really likes ABF, but it looks like this action figure comes equipped with a. Looks like he's an ally with the pride flag, and he also has avocados here because he knows what it tastes like.
Yeah, avocados in chat, please.
Yep, avocados in chat, please.
I don't understand how this one
But
stuck.
I don't like this ABF shirt. I do not approve.
Yeah, I also don't agree with that sentiment. So
Mo looks like Adam Richmond. He looks like the Man versus Food guy. This one right
yeah, I'm not that pudgy. All right, I got a little bit of something on. Yeah, avocado. You be quiet, sir.
Yeah, baby, look at all these.
You pin some money to that comment, and then I might be accepting to it. So,
dude, there's so many I can't even click on them all. This is crazy.
Yeah, I'll help you. I'll help you.
Thank you.
Look, I'll
Thank you.
help you.
Thank you.
Yeah. How do you do what they all
There we go.
Oh, we got some slow-mos with the
Yeah, we got
avocado. That's
slow-mos.
smart.
Oh,
Yeah.
jeez. All right, avocado. I got
Okay. All right. Next one. Oh,
wait. We're gonna need more avocados.
That picture is.
Remember when I told you not to make a big deal out of something, Mo, because it'll turn into a meme? Remember when I said that?
But I didn't. I was just like, oh, that's kind of gross, and that was it. That's all I said.
You kept making a big deal every time someone brought it up. You're like, ew, it's gross.
Well, no, because I love avocados, and to have the taste.
I
of
bet
it
you do.
associated with it. Oh,
Yeah, well, that's why we put them in chat because we
all right.
know
So
that
5's
you
got to be something else. I don't know. Let's see. This is okay. The last one was avocado. This is
knows what it tastes like.
Didn't we use that one last week?
a
little bit.
It's hard to take two memes based on the same premise. And come up with names.
Movocado. Here you go.
Movocado.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Who's gonna remember what's avocado mo?
Yeah,
and what's
we're gonna-
movocado?
Well, that's your fault. That's Chad for being unoriginal, eh?
That's part of the fun.
All of them again.
Part of the fun. Also, they should be in order, right? As we show them. So
yeah.
This one's towards the end. And we got our last one here. Good job, my baby Erudai. I do not understand this. You'll have to explain it, Erudai.
I don't understand this. That ain't my mama. Wow.
Are you good at math?
No.
The eyes.
Good job, my dude.
Oh god.
Just random question.
There is oh, that's what chat thinks my mom looks like. Okay, I must
Your
have
mom
missed the
apparently is Asian and has at least one form of Down syndrome.
I do have a.
Come on, guys. Asian was enough already. Then with the Down syndrome. Come on.
Oh,
I
is this
have
making
a
your people
stalker
look
account.
bad?
I have a stalker account that calls themselves Erudi's mom that follows me around too, but this is not their picture.
Erudi, I'm just curious. Do you massage your mom's legs at night? Because I'm sure that elephantitis is a killer.
No, I don't. I have to say, and my mama does not have elephantitis. Thank you.
So we're gonna call this one totally 100% Erudi's mom.
Wow.
All right.
Also
Go
a
ahead.
man,
And
by the way.
click submit. Turn off VPN for it, and then I'll show
Which
off
it'll
a
turn
couple
right
of the
back
bonus.
on? Yeah.
Yeah.
So annoying.
And then I'll show 2 of the bonus ones. Well, actually 3.
Are we get bonus holes?
God.
What?
All right, well, that's
Dropping
happening.
in there shortly.
I'm gonna go ahead and show you. Yeah, this is a bonus.
A bonus mom.
There's no. It's all just hit.
You're right. I think the pit is too large.
Too large.
Valid criticism. I agree. So here's another one.
That's fine. I think that's okay. That's okay. Okay.
I got a good one for this. We can call it Pitmo. Pitmo.
Oh,
like the prison. Gitmo.
Oh, Pitmo.
Yeah.
I'd rather be in Gitmo.
Kind of rolls right off the tongue, just like Mo and something else. And then let me share something with audio because we have a clip here that someone submitted.
Oh boy.
We just bunch of avocados and shit.
This one
this
one's pretty bad.
Are you having a stroke, Mo? Oh my gosh, you struggled hard on that. Are you
No
having
love.
a stroke, Mo? Oh my gosh, you struggled hard on that one.
Oh my god.
I just realized.
I'm glad I didn't bite on that one. I was like, what?
Oh no. Oh no, me.
Delete that. Or
no me.
Or don't.
Please delete that.
We're taking this stream down after this, everybody.
Yeah, please don't.
No, we're not. It's staying up.
It's too late.
All right.
The internet is
All right.
forever. You fucked
And
up.
you got the straw poll going.
Oh, it's going. It's pinned. It's ready to go. Let's go.
Here's the contenders again. We got
Superman.
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 What do we
Do
name
not
this
vote
one
for
again?
that. Don't fucking vote for that.
Nagy-chan or Doll?
Don't
Yeah,
vote for that,
Nagy-chan.
chat.
Dude, don't vote for this one.
Now I am.
And we got
Yeah.
Skibbity Bo.
Vote for that. Vote for that.
We got
Corn
the Corn Stars.
This is a hard one. This is a tough one. Oh shit.
I don't even remember what you named this one.
This one was.
This one's avocado.
Oh,
Yes.
right.
Avocado.
Which is confusing because we have
This
another
one-
one.
That's what I was saying. This one was
Movocado.
avocado.
Well, be
Not
more original,
confusing.
chat, and then we wouldn't have trouble naming it.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Just
that's right. Tell him, Mo.
Just pull your get good stocks up. Easy.
Tell him, Mo.
And then we got Erudi's mama.
Totally
Oh, bless
100% Erudi's mom.
Thank you.
Chat, don't do my mama that way.
or don't do his mama at all.
I just voted for
Yeah,
number
that too,
7. Totally
actually.
100%.
Right after you said that, somebody voted for it. It had 0 votes until you.
Yeah, that was me.
Wow,
that was me.
chat.
By the way.
That was you?
I just voted for it.
I'll remember this.
All right. So 30 more seconds.
Someone's got to.
So,
Results.
all right. Here's where we're at.
Where are we at?
If you could read it.
Wow.
Oh.
Really? I'm the only one. It's a blowout.
Superman.
Oh, man.
Let me pull up who that is real quick.
Wait, is it closed? Is it still going?
Yep,
Still
it's about to.
going. Wow.
It's and we're done. It's Superman.
All right, that's Nerd Slap.
Oh
Nice.
my.
Man, he's won so many times this year. It's crazy.
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna start. Conspiracy
We should start
to get
collecting
him
this
fired
information.
from off the hip.
Well, I was gonna say
Starting
we should
today.
start before you continue, Nagy. We should start collecting the information of who, like, how many people have won on Secret Memer, so
Oh,
we
really?
can do a
We
secret.
should do that.
We could do a Secret Memer award ceremony.
Oh,
It's almost
there you
like
go.
someone's been cataloging that for the past few years.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
is.
Who would have done that?
Yeah, there may
Or
or
you
may
could
not be
do-
somebody who does have that information.
All right, I'm gonna put it in there.
You could do like the Jeopardy episodes where the winners for like the last 10 years.
Yeah,
or
we
whatever
need
all
the
have to
Ken
compete
Jennings
together.
come back. Yeah.
And then just to go through it, the action figure of Mo, the Movocado, was UK Gamer. Cassie Suba is the one that did Rudi's mom, which makes sense because she looks a little bit Asian in the face too. So, she wanted to see herself in it.
That one. That's
Wow.
Only because he told me not to.
The Movocado was Isaac, and he fully admits that it was a lazy meme.
Yeah, I'll give him. I'll give him.
Yeah,
a clap.
Isaac,
I'll give him
step
a
it up,
clap.
man. You haven't won in weeks. What the fuck?
Here. I'll give the. No. Sorry,
And-
not that one. No. Go ahead. Sorry. Go ahead.
Vagabundo was the Nagranal and a maid outfit. So if you get mad at him, that's a hate crime. So good job there.
Totally not.
I almost said the N word.
You don't have the password. Phantom X did the Skibbity Mo.
Actually, I like that one. The graphics were really nice on that. So I would
So
give it a
Skibbity
clap.
Toilet was actually made in Gary's mod, which is based off of Half-Life.
Right.
That's what I was going to say. Yeah, that's
wow.
yeah.
Yeah, it does look reminiscent.
Riskit did the Corn Stars. That was a good one.
That was good, yeah.
And I think that's it.
All right.
Very nice.
Wait, I was
Thank you, guys.
disguised as my mom?
Oh, wait. Hold on. We have an update here. Ooh, we have an update.
What?
What?
What's going on?
It appears ERUDI is joining forces with
The Foomer family.
We would call this one a Rudoy.
Holy shit. I don't know why that broke me.
Yeah, come on. Why couldn't you have entered that one? Why did it me?
So whoever
Rude
created
boy.
this needs to send this to me.
That's
I-
Nerd Slap.
Nerd slap.
He'll post it in the Discord.
Please send that to me.
Nerd Slap, I
It'll
have
be in
people
meme
everywhere.
war.
Everywhere. I just want you to know.
Be careful. You may randomly show up on one of our off the hip, not even being a guest, may show up in one of the off the hip memes. You never know.
Yeah,
Oh,
behind
God.
somebody like in a fully black suit, about ready to take out Nerd Slap.
All right, so I just
Nothing but
checked,
quiet.
and Nerd Slap has won the past 3 weeks.
Mm.
The secret
Don't be
memer.
giving Nomi stuff. What are you doing? Traitor.
What do you?
All right, sent it.
No, I
to
have
you,
all
Nomi,
of
there
this.
you go.
I have been cataloging this in the Discord for the past year. It's under secret memer winners in the meme war. It's a thread.
There you go.
Look at him. Bring it, Fed
Whoa,
boy.
Whoa.
And he spelled boy the gay way like the Feds should be.
Oh my God.
That's awful. Awful.
You guys are doing good with Secret Memer lately. That was a lot of submissions.
That was very good.
Somebody's
That was
gonna
good.
come
That
to
was
that
great.
crown.
I did like it.
Phantom,
Thank you,
Isaac,
guys.
step it up.
Yeah,
Everybody else?
no. Well, yeah.
Yeah. Also, Nerd Slap, step it down, please.
Yes.
Actually, I say don't do that because he'll step it down more. Right?
Oh no.
Dang, Nerd
Sorry.
slap. Leave the girls
soon?
for the rest of the single guys here.
Yeah, Aruna, it's a good thing that you're not allowed to come back because otherwise, Nerd Slap is gonna get you.
So, anyways, Yo Pops, we got this one from earlier.
what the
we
fuck is
actually,
it?
yeah. What?
I thought it was a
Somebody
meme.
supporting us is what
I
it
thought
is.
another meme
That's
or
what the fuck
something.
it
Like,
is.
damn it. I thought I escaped memes.
No,
Okay, yeah, sorry.
yes, you
Yeah. All right.
Let's see some Yo Pops memes. Yeah, go ahead.
All right, Jerry D. Sells became a GCA member. Thank you, Jerry.
Dude,
Thank
thank
you.
you.
Oh, shout out, man.
Thank you.
Thank you,
The Sith
Jerry.
Lord
We'll
Poet.
do our best.
Lord Poet. Yes.
No.
All
Except
right.
no, he won't do his best.
What is it? I'll do. I'll give you all this most 75% I can. So, anywho, so we'll end on this one. Was not into it as much as everybody else, and I knew I should probably preface that by showing the article first. But this was after my time. I didn't really ever get into it, but I know that there's probably some really contentious talk here. I know that a lot of my wife loves it. My son has read some books. A lot of people have some. Obviously, the Snape thing is ridiculous. I think we can all agree on that. That's stupid.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. But what is everybody's opinion on the Trinity here?
So personally, as a Harry Potter fan, I'm perfectly fine with this because
Yeah.
the only thing that's a little bit off here is that they describe Hermione as having like pale skin. She's a little bit more brown, but okay, fine, whatever. But she does have the frizzy hair. She's also described with like buck teeth. But you know, you're not gonna find like an actress that actually has buck teeth, or they wouldn't have been an actress. All right, so we'll see what
we
they
lost
do with
her. We lost her this year. Her name's Shelley Duvall.
Yeah, okay.
SOB.
But no, like
she's not around. Who cares?
For Harry and Ron, fine. Like, I'm surprised they didn't ginger side Ron. And
that is surprising.
The only thing is that this just always takes the conversation back to Snape. Right? That was how you started it. Because everybody already knows they fucked up when they did that.
Just recast Snape.
Yep. They could have something if they recast Snape. Because this, for the Trinity, this could work. Like, it absolutely could. And if they stick to the source material, tell a good story, and give us what we want to see, this is one of those situations where within the first episode, if it's good, everybody would immediately just set aside that Hermione Granger is supposed to be pale-skinned. They would just put it aside. They wouldn't care because it's not like they picked the black chick that J.K. Rowling said that she could be, right? Like, no, okay. You know what? This is inoffensive enough that it could pass.
Yeah, and they could always pull a Jessica Alba with Hermione there. They gave Jessica Alba blonde hair and blue eyes, which totally looks real and convincing. In Fantastic Four, it totally didn't look like somebody trying to pull a Michael Jackson. You know, it was so off-putting. Like, I see ERUDI making that face, but it's just like, I think you agree. It looked weird, man. But I don't know. Hot. They're on the cusp of like being a race swap or not. I know there's people in the chat saying so, but it's like there's so much bad. What do you want to call it? Like bad. There's bad faith in the hiring of Snape. So you have to assume that there's bad faith in the hiring of Hermione.
Her being a mudblood will be weird. Like them calling her that. Yeah.
Honestly, like this is probably the best that we're gonna get. You know what I mean? Like this is kind of like the best that we can really hope for. So I guess we I guess
that's the thing, though. I don't think that's something we should. I mean, at this point,
Definitely
it's not something I feel like we should be settling for. One, you already know, right? There's a few scenes they're gonna turn into issues that they weren't in the books to make a modern day point, right? The mudblood thing is totally gonna be recontexted.
Yeah.
The scene where they hang Snape from a tree, totally gonna be recontexted. Like they're gonna do those things and insert things that aren't British, they're Americanisms, right? They're from our history, and they're gonna insert them into this show where this history doesn't exist. And they're gonna change the context of what those words mean and what those scenes are about to something completely different in order to send a message. And I'm just at the point where it's like I'm not okay. It's almost like we've had it so bad now that they're giving us less bad, we want to take a step back and be like, well, at least it wasn't as worse as it was. No, they shouldn't be changing it at all. This is a story that a huge generation of fans grew up on. We know what those characters are. We know how they're described in the books. We know how they're portrayed in the illustrations. We know how they were cast in the original production by the author, by the way. And now at this point, to change it, even if it few shades or whatever, it's still a problem because it just shows that they haven't learned their lesson, and they're not going to go back and give fans what they want to see, which is honoring the IP and the fandom and the universe that they grew up loving. So for me, I don't buy it's close enough. I think it shouldn't be close enough. It should be what the original author of the book intended and what the original story and IP was.
Yeah, and you can go a little bit further with that for sure and say the original story, because the author has come back and tried to retcon stuff before, because do not forget that she is a crazy leftist ideologue, and you wouldn't know it today based on the fact that she just says men are men and women are women. So, but the only reason that I said that it's passable is because at least they didn't ginger side Ron. At least they didn't go full fat black chick as Hermione. And she's what the left would call, quote unquote, white passing, right? Because that's what they call everybody who isn't just dark. Like it's weird that they do that, but we have to keep in mind who's making the show as well. Is this what I want? No. Could they still tell a good story? Yeah. And I think that the good story would be the key part of that. But yes, like I said, it's going to be weird when they start to call her a mudblood. And like you pointed out, it's going to be weird if they go to the flashback scene of them hanging Snape from the tree. And they're going to make it really strange. The Snape thing really ruins everything, though.
Fucking sundown towns and fucking you don't want to be, dude. Like they're gonna are they gonna do something like that? It's like, what are you doing here, boy?
They're gonna set it in 2025 instead of the 90s, and then just make all of those issues current. Like that's what I'm afraid they're gonna end up.
Well, they always do.
Yep.
It's not looking good. Yeah.
For things they've already been willing to do just in the casting, also, it just doesn't bode well for the rest of the production. So it's hard for me to even have faith that they're going to even attempt to tell a good story. I think they're more inclined, more likely to do the Last of Us type thing, having characters, engaging with other females and saying they're happy to be dads and shit, like stuff that wasn't even in the original game, right? So it's like,
Ellie was not like retarded in the original game.
Yeah. So it's like I see them probably more likely doing that kind of stuff. It's a double-edged sword, man, because when the movies were done, especially the last ones, I found myself thinking, God, I wish I could have done this as a TV series, because there's so much they had to leave out because they were movies and they didn't have the time to do it. Now I'm sad they have the extra time because they're going to find stuff to fill that with that probably was not in the books. Damned if you do, damned if you don't.
See, for me, it just doesn't matter, because just like Mo said, I'm older and I'm not emotionally invested in it. The books missed me. I only watched the movies. So those kiddos are cute. That's what all it matters to me. I have nothing to refer it to. And as for everything, like with the Black Snape, they're just gonna leave out everything that's just coming from the books, but not true to what the characters look like. So they're not gonna refer. Yeah, they're not gonna do that. They're not gonna talk about anything that you guys that was in the book. That just is not. That's basically, it's not gonna pertain to the fact that he's Black.
You think that they're going to try to ignore his race rather than make his race one of the center focus. But even after all of the stuff that we've seen them doing, because like I grew up with the books. Like I was basically the same age as Harry Potter as the books were coming out, and I was reading them as they were coming out. And like based on the stuff that we've seen culturally these last couple of years, I feel like they will call Hermione a mudblood, and that they will bring up something about it. Yes, it's still going to be that she's Muggle born, but it's also going to have this racial connotation thing. Like,
right, but they cannot say anything about him being pale and and his skin being like see-through or anything.
Right.
Because
but that's
clearly
the
black
point of
right now. So they're just not gonna include it in the new series.
That totally defeats so all of the things that they do to Snape, that like James Potter, so Harry's dad, all of the bullying that they did is what contributes to the building of Snape's character.
Right.
And those flashbacks are crucial to the story, but they could all be racially motivated as well, as instead of, him.
And that's how they're gonna do it. They're gonna just spin it all around and do it. They still gonna do the bullying scenes. They're just gonna do it different now based on him being black. That's what they're gonna do.
So you think they will base it on him being black?
Right.
Okay.
They just gonna, like I said, they just not gonna, obviously they can use what's truly, from the books. They just have to do it differently now. So, yeah, and that's basically what they're gonna do. But it's like for me, it doesn't matter because like I didn't grow up with it, so I really have no emotional investment or nor I care about. I don't think I'm gonna watch it. I don't think
I think I have to.
It really matters.
Like for me, it does matter because, like I said, I grew up with the books. I think I am going to have to watch at least a little bit of it. But you guys know me. As soon as I have determined something is just bad and unsalvageable, I'm like, fuck it, I'm not watching it anymore. I don't care.
Hayden, you're gonna have to change your hair to gray pretty soon.
No, it's already doing that, girl.
Hayden the Gray.
Yeah.
Years after that, and some therapy.
Yeah, therapy's probably gonna have to happen. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm just not likely to even give it a chance.
Well, there you go. Apparently, we have an echo chamber here.
I just wait until someone tells me it's the greatest
Hayden.
thing ever. You have to watch it, and then I do, and it's awesome. I just wait for those moments.
That's kind of like I hate like feeling like a pessimist about everything sometimes, but it's like I don't want to waste my time anymore. I've got so precious little of it. Like part of the reason I have a hard time coming on to shows like this and getting to go out there and network with people and hang out. So much of my schedule is already eaten up. And it's like, do I really want to sit down and invest, 3, 6, 9 hours into something that I already know is going to hate me as their viewer, and they're going to ruin something that I like?
Oh, come on, we don't all hate you. I'm sure Magda doesn't know you enough yet to hate you.
And that's exactly what I do. I just pick and choose, and I have to be very careful because I don't have all the time in the world, So
yeah,
I
so
just
it's like
No, but that's
otherwise.
Maggie's pastime is going to see movies, But like you were saying, we all have busy schedules. I have a laundry list of awesome things that people told me to watch, and I just can't get to because I don't have enough time. So I'm not about to go watch, the new Harry Potter series unless people tell me it's really good.
And
see, if it's good, I'll throw it to the front of the line because it's relevant for streams like this, so that we can talk about it more. But I was never a Harry Potter fan, also. So
and that's the thing.
Watch it.
That's the only reason that I want to see what they're gonna do, and I want to see it early and be able to judge it for myself, is because I was a huge Harry Potter fan. So,
how do they describe Hermione in the book?
She's pale skinned, frizzy brown hair, buck teeth. They describe her as like
they couldn't find one person like that, but they could find what's her face for Ellie.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah. Oh man. I don't know if I can't see how it's possible. I can't see a universe in which this, just based on the casting alone, that this is going to be any good. But if I hear, everybody, the people whose opinions I trust who are tuning into it, for their channels or their content, because Lord knows they're probably not watching because I want to, then I might go take a look at it. I did that with Andor, right? All of the Star Wars Disney stuff has been pretty terrible, with the lone exception of I thought Andor season 1 was okay, and I only watched it because others said, this isn't as bad as I thought, and then season 2 they said actually it's gotten really good. So I went and watched it, and it was enjoyable. It just sucks that it's kind of isolated, so it's pointless. So there's nothing else good around it. So it's one person's good script writing in a universe that has been destroyed and sucks.
Yeah, Picard season 3 is very similar to that as well.
Yeah, I like that a lot. Not to get too far into it, but yeah, it was just like it was a nice way to end. It was a nice, like, they threw us a bone and we enjoyed it. It made Generations not seem as stupid, or it's like the guy that's been doing all the unification and all that stuff, all those 10-minute films, just kind of giving us something. So yeah.
Actually, before we just jump off of this real quick, let me bring up this article just so we can get a comparison. Right here. So this is a list of everybody that's been cast so far. All right. So we got this kid is Harry. So it's with the original movie casting, right?
Mm-hmm.
We don't care about the words. But yeah, this kid, then Ron Weasley. Yeah, Alistair Stout. That's his name.
That's real good.
Yeah.
Hermione Granger. Like I said, it's close.
She's kind of got the buck teeth. She got the frizzy hair. They can literally color her hair, though.
Well, I don't think it's the hair that's a problem.
Yeah, but that's my point.
Yeah, put her in the suit and color her hair the same color. I'm sure fucking what's her face doesn't have that color hair. That's probably
Hermione. So it doesn't say exactly what color her hair is. It just says frizzy brown, and both of those girls have frizzy brown hair.
My bad.
Got
I like
John
this one.
Lithgow.
Yeah.
But it does
Good.
skin, though.
Yeah.
Well, but see, if you nitpick, then it's John Lithgow is American and not British, and he's supposed to be British, right?
Whatever.
Like
If he can do a British
That kind of stuff
he
though,
can,
you
for
can
sure.
act.
Yes, that's the point.
Just
That's
do a
what I'm
fucking
getting
British
at with a
accent.
lot
We
of
have-
this stuff. Is it's like acting.
We have British actors being American all the time, so why can't we do it the other way?
Do you know how long it took me to figure out that Rick Grimes, the guy who plays Rick Grimes, was not American for real?
Oh, a lot
That's
of
the
people
best
like that.
example,
And
actually,
then,
Brunei, because that shocked me too.
Yeah, when I heard him for the
Venom?
first time in an interview, I was like, "Oh my god, what?"
It's
The guy that
called.
plays Venom, right? Isn't he fucking British?
Tom Hardy, yeah.
This one has a glaring issue. I think we can all.
Wait, it looks close. The hair color is similar color.
The hair is similar. You are correct.
I like how they tried to put Alan Rickman in a dark scene.
This is
It just
literally-
kinda-
I was gonna say, if you put him in the basement and turn all the lights off, that's similar.
They both have eyeballs. They both have a nose.
Well, but so okay. Here's the problem.
Change the filter
is that
to inverted.
Severus Snape is supposed to have a hooked nose.
Nose, yeah.
This
Sallow
This.
complexion.
This one's potato nose. Okay.
Corporate needs to tell you to tell the difference between these two.
I'm not so happy with this one.
But
I don't care. I don't know.
I don't care as much for this.
That'll be okay.
Doesn't bother me.
Put her in the makeup and the hair
Yeah.
and the clothes. You could-
Yeah.
I really like this one.
Nick Frost, I like this guy, even though he's a
That'll be
lib.
good.
Yep, I think
You got
Nick Frost will
the,
do great as Hagrid.
Represent big ears.
I think he can be a
Killing me
perfectly
right now.
fine Argus Filch.
Yeah,
I
Perfect.
don't know who this guy is, but yeah, sure.
So Filch is the janitor.
No, I
He's-
know
he's-
who Filch is. I don't know who the
Oh,
actor
yeah.
is.
Okay. I can't tell you anything about him either.
That's
This is
totally
perfect.
fine.
This is like a perfect casting right here.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
pretty good.
It looks the
And I-
same.
And yeah, that's all for that one. But that's everybody who's been cast so far. And as you could see, there was one that everybody immediately goes, "What the fuck?"
Yeah.
All the
Mhm.
rest of them, though, as you look at them, you're like, okay, all right. So that
And
that
it's-
was kind of my point.
And the thing is, they did it with what I think is arguably the most popular Harry Potter character.
Yes. Well, the most important.
Most important, I think one of the most impactful, and I think most popular, and in some cases even in a hate watching kind of way, people who don't like him. But the point is, people have strong feelings about this character. It was a really bad choice to do that with this particular character. Their mannerisms,
I think they knew exactly what they were doing too. These fucking people.
I did too.
And they didn't even try to get some of it right. Like they couldn't find somebody that actually had a hooked nose or something like that. They literally was just like,
they just wanted to find a black person to play this.
Yeah, and
character
that's what they
literally
did.
the opposite of black.
So okay, for anybody who doesn't know Harry Potter stuff,
I'm surprised they didn't make
it's
Sirius
actually
black.
It's arguable
they might
whether Harry Potter or Severus Snape is actually the main story driving character.
Right. Well,
like just to give anybody who hasn't read the books,
Harry Potter's the main character, but Snape
no,
is like,
I said main driving character.
Right, exactly. That's what I'm saying. Is like Harry Potter is the main character in the books, and obviously
half the time Harry Potter is along for the fucking ride because everything was.
Yeah, but he's still.
I don't want to say too much, but yeah, he is the
Oh,
focus.
don't spoil something
of the
that's like
book,
30 years
but the
old.
story, there's a lot going on with Snape. He's a very, very important character.
Oh, I know.
And
I
for
heard
them to go in and say that, they're gonna do a blatant race swap with him, it can actually fuck up a lot of how the story is driven.
So just to button it up here, I would say that people are like, on Hermione on varying levels, but but because it's like everybody's like whatever.
Most people
it's
don't
like,
care.
yeah, most people don't care after that point because once you have something so egregious as that, the whole Hermione argument is like, who gives a shit?
Right.
Yeah. So it's like, but we all had different viewpoints, which is great, and that's awesome. So.
I almost thought they were just going to change Snape at the last minute after casting everyone else so that one would stand out and no one would
There was a
complain
lot of
about the other
hope and
ones.
hope. Yeah.
Oh, it just feels that way. It's kind of strange to me.
I've been hoping that they would do that because then I'd be okay because they've already hit me with the, trauma of that first casting. And then if they take that away, I might be like, okay, everything else is fine here. Like I might fall into the trap that they want.
It's, it feels so deliberate too on both of these characters if you really think about it. And I don't just mean in the DEI perspective. They targeted these characters and these two specific characters out of all the characters they could have picked have very specific stories that if you change their race take on a very different meaning.
Yes.
Snape, again, being picked on, being bullied, the tree scene, wanting to pursue a woman and getting blamed for things, et cetera, et cetera.
Right.
But then Hermione, not only is she got the mudblood thing going on, but she has a whole storyline about wanting to free slaves.
Yep.
So it's like, you know what I'm saying? Like they could have done this to so many characters, but they picked two specific ones. I feel like that wasn't an accident. That wasn't like a happy coincidence. Like, we did that to two characters that, you know what I'm saying? Like,
we know that for a fact because they kept Ron a ginger.
Yeah,
exactly.
Well, if they changed him, they'd also have to change his brothers. And
do you think
they tell your family?
We'd have a whole different dynamic.
They would never cast redheads in anything.
But yeah, we'll see how that goes. It's not looking good. But anyways, so I believe that we covered a lot of stuff tonight, which is awesome, including board games. And we'll get into it in the outros, but we'll cover your what is it you have coming up here, ERUDI?
Legend Seeker?
Legend Seeker.
Yeah, Legend Seeker is obviously, if I could point anybody to anything, that would obviously, I'd love to see you guys come over to Moonskull, watch some of our shows, and hang out. But for me, my big baby, we'll say right now, is I'm working on Legend Seeker. We talked about Tabletop earlier and the shitty state it's in and what they've done to our IPs. I'm here to help you with that, man. I want to make a game for me, but also for everyone else who's been stuck in this rut with all these ruined IPs, with tabletop games who don't care about you, who actually seem more obsessed with infuriating and punishing you. So I am making a game. It's going to be a one-stop shop that you can replace whatever your current system is and still feel like you're right at home. It's going to be a D20 system. You can, if you're curious but not ready to support, you can head over to the YouTube channel for Legend Seeker. It's literally just Legend Seeker after the YouTube typical URL, and you can watch us write the lore for you live on stream, and you can give us feedback. And we're working on the book with you as we're putting this thing together. But if you're ready to hop into it and want to see what we're creating before anybody else does and actually see the classes and rules and everything that we're doing, the lore, you can go to our Patreon. And if you take one of the silver or the gold tier right now, we have a 7-day free trial. So you can go in there and actually look around before even, putting a dime down and supporting us and see what we're doing.
Awesome. Sounds great. The only way to make change, the only way to make change is to actually make change happen and get in there and do something. That's awesome that you're doing that, man. It has to be a massive undertaking.
ERUDI, can you throw a link to your Legend Seeker YouTube in the chat? Because I didn't even know you guys had that channel.
Oh, yeah. Let me grab it.
Probably subscribe to it, but I still can't find it.
If you can just throw it in the private chat here.
So while we're doing that, we'll definitely throw it up on the screen here as we do outros, but we will start at the bottom with Nagranol. Nagranol, what do you got coming up, sir?
Definitely gonna be playing more Doom the Darkslayer soon, probably tomorrow sometime. But if you could actually check out one of the videos that I made recently. It's doing really good, almost at 600 views. It would be real sick if we could get that there. Other than that, I don't know. I'll be ABF channel next week, and then back here.
All right, sounds good. All right, and Hayden Wayne.
Yeah, I just hang out on the internet, man. That's what I do. Sometimes I make videos, and I just try to play video games when I can. That's
that was Nagranol. That was that was your edit. That was your edit link. There you go.
Yeah, that was it.
There you go.
I think you.
What are you stopping the show for? I got everything.
I had a moment of shock.
Like, that's
No, yeah, me too. I saw studio.youtube.
Yeah.
Wait
I
a
was like,
minute.
wait, hold on.
Yeah. So
No, I'm Hayden Wayne 75.
Well, yeah,
I
that's
hang
where
out
my
on,
other link was.
I hang out on the internet and love hanging out with you guys. Every Wednesday. But I believe this weekend, Saturday, I will be on Nerd Wars channel because we're doing another Weeb weekend where we're going to talk anime and stuff like that on his Saturday show. So you can catch me there, and otherwise, Monday with ABF, Tuesday with Nerd Wars, Wednesday here. And maybe I'll make a video again soon. Who knows?
All right, awesome. And then we have Magda, who has been doing movie reviews with Hoodie, who he's out and about this week, so he wasn't
Missing
able to
in
make it,
action.
Yeah, missing in action. He slipped on the piece.
But actually, no, and disappeared, right?
Yeah.
So actually, tomorrow I'm excited because speaking of good movies, I'm going to see Karate Kid, the new movie that's just coming out, and that's the one from my childhood. So Jackie Chan and Ralph Macchio. I don't know how to say his name. Macchio. Yeah. They are unite together to train a new kid. So in a old school way. So it's a little bit of nostalgia. I can't wait to see the new movie, the old-fashioned way, the old way. Haven't seen one of those in a while, and it used to be one of my favorites. So looking forward to that. So that's what I have going on.
Fantastic. And then so to that end, Yo Pops, if you want to cover this one. He's referring to some.
Wait, what are you talking about?
Look at the card.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wait, what
we got a donation. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Sorry.
Kajel 3. Wait, how did
It's
K-Gel?
Shell.
K-Gel?
I think it's Shell.
Kiel.
No, it's either
Kiel.
Chell. No.
Kiel.
He said it in
No?
chat. Chell.
Shell? Shell?
Chell. See?
Chell. There it
Chell.
is.
Chell?
That's what I
Chell.
said.
Okay.
Oh,
Okay.
you misspelled your own name.
Sorry, Chell. Shell.
Wait, that's not Polish? Is that not Polish?
What was it?
No.
Looking at
It
me.
would be Kiel in Polish, so that's fine.
Kiel.
Anybody else
Yeah.
disturbed by the cannibalism in that picture? Am I the only one disturbed by the cannibalism of the cheeseburger eating the cheeseburger?
It's a
Is that what it
cheeseburger
is?
eating a mini cheeseburger. That's like
is that
a
what
veal
that
burger, right? A little tiny
No,
one.
it's kissing it. No.
That's acceptable.
It's a
It's got
baby
the eyes, too. It's got
cheeseburger.
little
It's just
cute eyes.
kissing it.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah,
totally. That's exactly what it looks like.
Okay. Okay.
Well,
All right.
Okay, and if that's the case, it looks like it shouldn't be kissing it. He looks ashamed. So that's
Yeah.
even worse.
That's a guilty burger right there if I've ever seen one.
That burger is not allowed
The
within
big
1,000 feet of
burger
the
is
school.
eating
Yeah.
kissing little burger. Now we are going into a whole new territory. Okay.
So
Bad.
thank you, Kel, for your very
No, we're not going there.
for your very haunting 5 GCA memberships. We appreciate it.
Cannon burger.
He's admitting it. He's admitting it. Oh no.
Norwegian, that should be your new name, Canneburger. That would be that's awesome. But hey, thank you for the 5 gifted memberships, and thank you everybody for your
Yeah, shout
donations.
out.
I had to cover that one. You have a lot of XP in our hearts, Chell. All right, so thank you. But next we have Nomi.
I got the crown.
Nomi's been busy, been doing streams and stuff. What do you got coming up?
Oh,
You're muted.
Oh, that's the best. That's the best she's ever sounded, man.
Shut up. You know, I was gonna keep this a secret. But now
not.
that you said that,
That was
you
good.
said that, you opened your mouth without thinking. I was gonna surprise people like I'm gonna be on another stream later on, so keep an eye out. But since you did that, now I'm gonna go disturb your peace. You can catch me after this show on Wednesday after dark on Moon School.
Oh, God.
So yeah.
There goes my viewership.
No, your viewership's gonna add up since I'm gonna be on there. It's gonna go down because your ugly face is gonna be on it. Your dumb mind can't comprehend how to even, make friends or like get on the grift or anything, ERUDI. My God.
Wow, in one sentence, she assaulted my looks, my intelligence, my personality, and my social life.
Yeah.
Jesus,
I will.
Nomi.
And that's why she's on our team.
Talking to people like that. Good Lord.
And that's why she's on our team. So thank you.
And
We needed somebody to braid our guests.
Can I just add some ammunition to what you just said?
Yes.
We have proof
Oh,
that
God.
ERUDI is a federal agent in his uniform there. Also an ally.
This is why I got out before they started doing the
fucking
Pride
knew it.
Month uniforms, okay?
What do you mean? You're required to wear that all next month.
Yeah. So anyway, I'm gonna be on Moon School after dark, Wednesday after dark here in a minute. My internet has been a little weird at this temporary location I'm at. Stop, yo pops. So I can't
Can
stream.
we
and
all
play.
do the Nomi?
No, I can't move my arms.
It's a real shame, Aiden.
I got your back, ERUDI.
So I have kind of
Shout out to the disabled
slow
VTubers
internet.
out there.
Yeah, hated. I got slow internet, so I can't stream and play games at the same time because I don't have the bandwidth for it. So what I'll be doing is I'll be recording gameplay and then posting it on my Know Me Without You Play channel. So, but as far as the cooking stream, I am going to do it. When I tried to do it last week, I forgot 3 key ingredients. And then starting tomorrow, I'm going to be busy until next Tuesday. So see me next Tuesday when I go live making mac and cheese.
See me next Tuesday. How about that?
Yeah. Nomi will also be making a link tree because she has too many damn links and I can't find her Newman without playing.
Mo, did you just say see you next Tuesday and referred me to that?
How about that? Oh, I didn't even think about that, but there you go.
Exactly. You're just like a ERUDI. You're just like a ERUDI. You don't think, you guys don't think.
God damn, dude.
Take
glad I said
cover.
it, though.
Take cover.
No regrets. Not even a
Glenn
letter.
Powell, this is what you're missing out on. Know me. That's all you're missing out on right there, Glenn. Just
He's
letting you know if you're
missing out.
watching.
He's
You're
missing
missing
out
out on
on
all
a
that, all that.
spicy quesadilla over here.
Paul's
Well,
watching, Dobie.
Then we have Yo Pops, the other spicy cook. Spicy cooker. I don't know. You cook stuff. You do everything else in your streams. Have you cooked yet? Yeah, you have. You have cooked.
Yeah, he's done
You
a
have
bunch
cooked.
of them.
I have, but I mean, not lately. Nothing crazy though. Nothing to write home about. So.
All right. Well, what do you got coming up, sir?
Nothing really. You know what? I kind of ran out of ideas. I ran out of games to play, and so
Yeah, five more games.
that's what I'm saying. But I ain't got the money right now, dude. Fuck, you know how much
So
some of these
there's,
games cost?
Minecraft.
You can go pick up Dragon Age Veilguard on Game Pass right now. So there's always something.
We'll see. We'll see. I don't know.
Yeah, we have the Minecraft server and the GCA Discord.
Minecraft.
Go
What am
check that
I
out.
fucking 9? What am I 9 years old?
We have a GCA server.
We have a server where like a bunch of 30-year-old people are playing.
Yo,
I was playing on my
share your Steam friend code out there, and people might buy you some games if you ask.
There's also that.
Oh, is that right?
Right
I
at
can
the
do
nut
that?
so much.
Yeah, Steam has tons of like cheap ass games.
Well, yeah. I mean, nothing. I got nothing really in the pipe right now. I don't know. I'm thinking the ideas, nothing, full on. But either way, you can catch me on YouTube, Kick X Yo Pops 215. Just I don't know. Show me some love out there, man.
Yeah, check out the link tree. I'm dropping a link tree in the chat. He's got all of his links over there.
All right, ABF, what do you got coming up?
Next show I'll be on is probably Badger's stream tomorrow evening. And next one of my streams will be Monday, off the hip, 9 p.m. Eastern. Don't have a guest yet. We're working on that. Other than that, we have the Minecraft server, which is going pretty well, actually.
I'm probably going to log on after we're done here tonight in maybe 30 minutes or so.
Yeah, I haven't been able to play too much. Erwin finally hopped on and had his first Minecraft experience, and it didn't go very well. It seems like he kept falling and dying. He's learning what fall damage is, and I think he's also learning what a survival game genre is. So
he's learning what Minecraft is, and
he was asking people for shit last night. He was like,
"Oh, he was already asking for handouts."
Yeah, and I was telling everybody, absolutely not.
I specifically told him no handouts. He has to learn how to play the game.
He requested vanilla. He requested vanilla. That's what he
did. And I enforced it last night. I was like,
"You want to feel like you're 9 again?"
I told everybody,
okay, Minecraft for the first time.
I told everybody, okay, you can give him food. You can give him basic resources, but he has to learn how to do everything himself.
Teaching Erwin to fish.
Somebody should have
fish
flown
forever.
1,000 miles away.
Give Erwin a fish, he'll fall down 3 blocks and hurt himself.
No, everybody on the server last night was really good about Isaac was running me cobblestone blocks so I didn't have to mine because I'm building a bridge over the top of an ocean and just like going off into the ether. That's awesome. So they were making sure that we had food, being fresh logins, and making sure that we didn't die of starvation and stuff. But Erwin hasn't figured out fall damage yet, and
Join the DCA Discord, and then we'll vet you, and you can play in the Minecraft server, Macedonia. It'll be great to be the best Minecraft server ever.
DM,
but
I like Baldwin's finger. Send him dick pics.
And then I got you. I saw you.
Don't do
You're
that.
good. So I claimed some time earlier, so I'm going to give it to Yo Pops real quick and let ERUDI plug one more time. So Yo Pops real quick. And then
Sorry,
ERUDI.
my bad. Hey, Isaac, in the chat. So my bad, dude. Thank you for reminding me. I totally forgot. So Monday, 8 p.m. Eastern. So that's 5 Pacific. I'm going to be on Isaac's channel at the Golden Age podcast. I believe it's going to be, let me look this real quick. 8 p.m. Eastern. So check me out over there on Monday, June 2nd. Isaac, my bad, dude. I'm an idiot. I always forget shit. So sorry about that. Thanks for reminding me.
This podcast,
Go check us out.
Dude, I'm retarded.
All right. Sorry.
All right, and then ERUDI. ERUDI.
You said you're retarded?
Yeah, that's me right there.
Love it. Love it.
All right, ERUDI, elevator pitch for your Patreon here. So let's go.
Hey, if you like tabletop games, if you like horror, sci-fi, and the unexplained, consider checking out Moonskull. That is our channel that Sevi and I run over there. We have a lot of fun there. And if you're looking for a one-stop solution to your tabletop woes, the industry kind of sucks right now, consider checking out Legend Seeker. We have a YouTube channel where you can watch us write the lore for you live for free. And if you'd like to support the actual product and help us bring it to you, you can support that on our Patreon.
There you go. All right, everybody. Bye. Do know me. Bye. Bye.
Bye, guys.
This is all I can do.
Everyone has AIDS. My grandma and my dog go blue.
We'll do it live.
This really triggers me.
Let them fight. Say hello to my little friend. Wild card, bitches!
Yeah, I'm working on it. I just got to backdoor the phone system.
Why there, yo, Pop? I speak at the English.
Once I got in there, I hooked up with Jeremy.
That means you're gay.
I just want this.
I almost used the F word.
Give me the meat and give it to me raw.
What's happening, hot stuff?
I could go really hard into this stuff.
Take the pants off. Take your pants off.
I'm looking at porn.
Oh, no more Yankee, my wanky.